quick when it comes. Oh man, so what are you doing? What type of work do you do? Are you in the beauty industry at all? It's a lot of people who are out of work and they don't have anything that they can do. But I really would love to help you. Do you work in the beauty industry at all? Home health care. Okay, okay, okay. So you in a very so wow. So with home health care, don't they still need people to work in those particular jobs? Because just because they don't, I mean, the people that you take care of, they still need help, correct? Hey guys over on Facebook, how you doing? Come on and join in, join in. We are trying to get set up over here. We got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm over on how many of you guys out here in Facebook? Hey, my name, no, I don't. It's hard trying to feed my daughter. These patients are in the hospital. Oh, okay. So you work out at a hospital. So listen, Clarissa, I'm gonna share some stuff with you that I think might help. Listen, guys, make sure that you share this post. My name is Misha Lee. Thank you so much for coming in. Um, on Facebook. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. Clarissa's been so patient. I appreciate her coming in. Guys, listen, there's still a lot of people out here who haven't gotten anything. And I honestly didn't think that that was still the case. I thought that everybody at least had gotten at least one check from the government, and she literally has not gotten her stimulus check. Now we got ours last week, me and my daughter. So you're just at home. So how many of you guys can identify with Clarissa that you are at home waiting for a check to come? She said it's hard for her to feed her daughter. Um, and listen, it's not a whole lot that a lot of us can do because if it was one thing, most of us are in the exact same position as the next person. But I want to share with you guys some things that I think will really help you kind of keep a positive outlook on the whole COVID thing. Now, for those of you who, and this is about consistency, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why consistency pays off. But I want to talk directly because Clarissa, you brought up a great point. Um, People that are not in the beauty industry, which is mostly who I speak about all the time, but there are people who work, like she says, she work in home health care. Is she's finding it hard for her to feed her daughter, and the type of home health care that she working in is in the hospital. Now, Clarissa, I don't know how long that they're going to have the COVID where people are being laid off. I know a lot of states started opening about 2 weeks ago, and consistently every week different states are opening up. North Carolina is supposed to open up to an extent on Friday of this week. But like I'm telling all my customers, that's subject to change. I kind of feel like they're going to push it out just a little bit longer. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen and what's going on. But at the end of the day, people need to work, people need to eat, and a lot of people are complaining to the government that they need to open up so people can find, go back to work and feed their kids. But the thing that concerns me, Clarissa, is that you said you have a daughter. If you do go back early, the one thing that is probably going to be in the back of your mind, like it is for everybody else, is what happens if you get in a place where you're exposed. Don't nobody want to take the chance of being exposed. I think that all parents would love to be able to sit at home and take care of their children. But one thing that you can do, everybody got a personal experience. And I have a class that's going on every Monday night. And for those of you that will be interested in joining, where I'm sharing with people that I work with how to create income for themselves without a whole lot of money or with a very, very small amount of money. And Clarice, if you're interested, make sure you inbox me and I'll share that out with you. But for everybody else that's on here, listen, guys, I know that right now you probably say, girl, I ain't got nothing to be consistent in. But yes, you do. Whether it's consistency in prayer, whether it's consistency in you starting a new business, been out of work. She's been out of work since March. Wow, that's a long time to be out of work. A lot of people don't understand that being out of work, man, let me tell you something. As a hairstylist, I really am lucky that I hit this place, Clarissa, since this COVID has happened, because I had my children, and so with my kids, I had to be out of work for up to 6 to 8 weeks with them. So being out of work with them, was something that I had to, figure things out. And so this situation, I paid a lot of attention to the news. So I kind of was able to get ahead on this. But a lot of people was not able to get ahead of this, like you said, like yourself. And a lot of us, when you talk about saving money, it's hard to save money. It's I want to say it's challenging. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's challenging because it takes most of us everything that we make in order to live a decent lifestyle. And if we have kids, we always want to offer them the best. We always want to put them in the best situation. We want them to definitely live better than us. And sometimes we don't have the opportunity to give them a chance to live better than us. So we put ourselves in a place where we work hard, we work overtime, and we really depend on a lot of that overtime to help pay. It is to help pay for those extra things that we want to do for our kids. But for those of you that are sitting at home, like Clarissa, thank you so much for getting on my Instagram. I appreciate you. And I am going to give you the 5 reasons consistency pays off. But I'm going to tell you something. Begin to open up your heart and ask God, what can I do right now in order to get myself in a place? Because once you go back to work, this is something that's new. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this happened. How can I position myself where I'm never in a space again where I'm not in a space again where if I can't go into the salon and do hair, because Clarissa, that's the same thing that happened to us. We got shut down. Like literally, I had 2 days. If we had not planned on being shut down prior to them shutting us down, that would have been a shock. I mean, it did hit me in my gut still because I never had a time or was in a position where they told us we had to be off work. Never was in a position like that before. Never was in a position like that. And it ain't that people don't want to come and get their hair done. There's plenty of people want to get their hair done. And believe it or not, there's plenty of people who still get their hair done. I mean, it just is what it is. But for those of us who want to play it safe, who are too concerned about our family members and the people that we deal with on a daily basis to go out there and do that, we're not willing to take that particular risk to go out there and do hair just for a few dollars. I mean, those few dollars, honey, will make or break you sometimes. So don't think that I think smallly or lightly of it. But for real, it does. It really does apply to all businesses, Angela. But when you're sitting at home as beauticians, as people in the beauty industry, it's not hard for us to create other streams of revenue. But for people who work in professional positions, like say if you were a receptionist, or say if you were a dental assistant, or say if you were somebody like Clarissa said in the healthcare field, and see, she don't work in the healthcare field where you go into a nursing home, because most of my clients, all my clients that I service are essential workers. So all of my clients, like almost every single one of them, they still working. But you have people who are essential workers, but not used essentially. Like Clarissa said, she works at the hospital. So the people that she worked with are in the hospital. And so the hospital laid her off. They laid her off. She works in the home health care. I'm not sure exactly what her job title is, but whatever it was, they decided they wanted to reduce their staff, and she's in South Carolina. And so she's sitting at home since March, guys, since March, not having anything to do. And so I have to say that, we talk, and she hasn't gotten any unemployment. She hasn't gotten any checks. She hasn't gotten any stimulus checks. And to be honest with you, I don't know what $1,200 is better than nothing, but $1,200 will not make a dent in most of our income bills for 1 month. $1,200 will barely make a dent in something every 2 weeks. Most of us need a minimum of about $3,500 a month just to live in a decent area, not to live over and above your means and try to floss or anything like that. So I want to share with you guys some ideas that I want you to take. I want you to sit down and think about it. Clarissa, I want you to think about this. For everything that you do, you work in the home health care field. Everybody, I believe, has a gift. I believe every single person on this planet has a gift. Whatever your gift is, I'm not a person to sit here and pinpoint, but everybody have a gift. And I'm gonna tell you something, Clarissa. I'm not sure what you do in home health care, but I would imagine working in home health care, if you were laid off, you probably go and help somebody eat. You probably clean their house up or clean their room up, maybe help the nurses' aides, or maybe you are a CNA. Maybe you help them make sure they take care of the elderly. I guarantee you that if you started using your resources, if you started looking out to people and maybe taking, okay, maybe taking some initiative and saying one thing, maybe you could start a cleaning business. Okay, so you're a CNA. You work really hard. I have you work super duper hard. Now you most definitely could go to other nursing homes and things and see if they would help you or take you in for employment. I know that some of the special needs, like we have special needs homes where they take care of children that have special needs, and they have been hiring extra help because they're people that they working, they're overworking. So you might would want to reach out and see if you can find other businesses in your area. You might have to drive a little bit that are low in help and they need somebody. But let me give you guys a quick nugget. Make sure you share this post and follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. But let me give you guys that are not in the beauty industry something. So Clarissa says she tries nothing. Okay, so let's squash this. So clearly, okay, 5 reasons that consistency works. I'm gonna give it to you, but I this right here was put in my lap. Let me tell you something, Clarissa. You are gifted. You have something that you can do. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you like to write poetry. I don't know if you like to just write. I don't know if you like to sell jewelry. I don't know if you like jewelry. Maybe you could think about starting a small cleaning service. Now, for me, and a lot of us that around, like our salons are closed, but I went out actively seeking people that I can hire. Now, this is me. This is what I done. When we start back up next week, I have actively over the last few weeks begin to seek people who would come into my salon on a daily basis and do some sanitation and cleaning. Now we are going to clean, me and the people that I work with, my colleagues, we clean as we go. We always have cleaned. So a lot of the things that they got us put in play other than masks, we already do. We always are gloved up. We always have barbicide. We always spray down. So all the stuff that you see everybody picking up, this is stuff we do anyway. But I have actively began to seek and ask people, anybody who want a little side hustle that can come in and help clean up and wipe down, during this time. I'm telling you, people out there need help. For as many people as laid off, this is a great time. If I was not doing hair, let me tell you what I would do. If I was not a hairstylist and didn't have any skills in the beauty industry, I would be advertising on Facebook. And let me tell you something. First of all, I don't care nothing about nobody saying what nobody say about you. Oh, girl, people gonna think I'm begging. You dang on skimpy. We begging because our children need to be fed and they need money. I don't care nothing about none of that. I don't care nothing about what nobody think. My mama, my cousin, and them. Whatever it is I got to do to get out here to make this coin, this is what I'm gonna do. Other than sell my body and sell drugs, those two things I'm not gonna do. And I ain't getting on nobody's stripper pole because I ain't got time for that kind of lifestyle because that's not what I want to put out to my children. But I'm telling you, if I wasn't in the beauty industry, the one thing that I would be doing is on Facebook and on social media and putting posts up and asking people, do y'all know anybody that need their house clean and sanitized? Because one thing I know about CNAs is y'all are trained in blood pathogen, airborne pathogen. Y'all know disinfecting because y'all do it all the time at your job. You do it all the time at your job. You might be like, well, yeah, girl, ain't nobody going. You don't know. First of all, you have to change the way you think about things. You have to put a whole nother energy out there beside your thought process because the enemy is going to immediately tell you, well, ain't nobody going to hire you. They don't know that you do that. I don't care. Right now, if I put on Facebook right now, anybody need any help cleaning up, getting their house sanitized, anybody need help with their parents, they're afraid their parents are COVID. I'm already clean. I'm a licensed CNA. And what I want to do is I want to get out here and help the community. So anybody that need me to come through and help them clean up, make sure their parents is good. And I'm gonna tell you something else that I said because I heard now, I don't know how it is in South Carolina, Clarissa, is I heard here in North Carolina. Now I'm actually gonna call today that everybody can get food stamps. Now I don't give food stamps, but I'm gonna call up there and see if that's true. If everybody can get food stamps, if you can qualify for any measure of food stamps, this is what I told my kids. I said, if they will give me food stamps, I said, I'm gonna make y'all start selling plates. Because guess what? It's a lot of people still working. I hear all the time the doctors like, oh, we so sick and tired of all the free food. They tired of it. They appreciate it. They tired of eating pizzas. They tired of eating subs. They want some real food. See, this is that time in life where your hustle got to kick in. This is that time in life where you got to know ain't nobody got your back, but you getting your back. You the person that got to get your back. You the person that got to know when it's time for you to flow and when it's time for you to go. This is you. This is all 100% you. And I guarantee you, each and every one of y'all on this broadcast got something that you can do that can make money. For instance, for those of you that might be interested in And this is just, I'm purposely staying away from the beauty industry, because in the beauty industry, if you are in the beauty industry right now, hairstylist, makeup artist, barber, and you sitting at home and ain't making no money, you need to get in my inbox immediately, because that don't make no sense. It ain't no way in the world you can tell me you're not making no money because you ain't standing behind that chair. 100% get in my inbox. That's what I'm gonna tell you. But for those of you that are not in the beauty industry, another thing that you can do is begin to look at opportunities to link up with people that are doing things that you're interested in doing. We are on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok all day long. And God knows, Clarissa, my heart goes out to you. And I am going to reach out to you personally to see what I can do to kind of help you um, filter through some things. And listen, on Facebook, if I can get at least 10 more people on Facebook or Instagram that are interested in figuring out some things that they can do. I ain't talking, and if you're in the beauty industry, y'all go to a whole nother page, because you know I can help you every day. This is specifically for people who are not in the beauty industry. If you're not in the beauty industry and you are interested in me helping you find something that you can be doing to make money right now, I want you to send me a DM. And if I get, and y'all tell your cousins, your friends, whoever it is, because I'm going to need at least 10, I'm going to need at least 12 people to tell me that they need help, and I'll do a free webinar. I'll do it free for y'all, because I'm going to tell you something. It's so much out here that you can be doing. Like, guys, I am overloaded with information of people who are not in the beauty industry and how they out here making hundreds and thousands of dollars. Like last night, I was just talking to I just was in a session for about 2 hours up to 3 o'clock this morning, taking this session. And I made up in my mind, you know what? I'm just going to test it just to see if it works. Even though in the beauty industry, I got my niche. This is something completely not to do with the beauty industry. And you're supposed to be able to invest zero to little money down. And I'm down for those type of ideas, because I do believe that you can technically make money without money. That's just my thing now. And now when you start, when you start making money, now you're gonna have to reinvest that money back in the business for it to grow. You can't just make the money and then spend it, because that means that your money dies. In order for your money to stay alive and for it to grow and for it to put you in a good place, you have to continue. You got to nurture your money. If I give you $5 and you go out here and buy 5 bottles of water, and you sell each one of those bottles of water for $2, and then you make $10, I'm gonna need you to take that whole 10 and put it back and go buy you some more water. This time we're gonna have a sale on water for like $1.25. Once you sell all 10 of them, you got to keep putting your money back in there for a little while. And it's very tempting in business. And this is why a lot of people do not go in business. And this is why a lot of people are not trying to start their own business, because it's very hard for them to not take the money that they just made and go pay a bill. I get that idea, but you have to look beyond that and say to yourself, look, if I can just hold out a little bit longer, can I get an extension? Hello, can I get an extension? Listen, let me pay you this little bit amount right here. You just give me a few more weeks and I'm gonna come up with the rest. The more money you hold on and the more money that you put back into your business, the bigger you can grow your business and more you can get your return back. So if I get 12 people on Instagram or Facebook that inbox me and say, hey, Misha, and listen, you better reach out to your friends, your family, because I don't get 12 people, I'm not going to do the webinar. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not, because to me, I want to really make it worth my time to be able to come on here and do this, because it's going to be for free. This is stuff that I charge people a lot of money for. But Clarissa, you done came over here, girl. You done got everybody a free webinar. So you better go find some people to get in this webinar with you that really want to learn how to start their own business, or at least start something that they can passively do when it comes to income. Like, for instance, some of y'all don't realize y'all can open up your own beauty supply store. I can help you open up your own online beauty supply store for about $14 a month. Seriously. And I want to say that the first month that you even sign up is free. The only thing you got to, and people buying hair products already. I can show you how to start. You find them?
Yeah.
What was that?
There's some paperwork. One of my letters.
Mm-hmm. Who put it there? But you travel agency. Now listen, I know you saying, Misha, ain't nobody traveling, but let me tell you something. When this thing lift up, when it really lift up, people going to be going places. And a lot of this stuff that I'm running into, I'm like, man, if I knew somebody who was interested in doing these things, I'd share it with them. But everybody I know, we all in the beauty industry. So all I need is 12 of you guys to commit that you want to come in and that you're interested in learning how to start your own business. Pride don't pay no bills. Okay, Angela, thank you so much. Hey, Alice. Hey, LaShonda. Hey, Tyvon McDonald. So if you know anybody, yes, let me tell you something, Clarissa, I got you. I got you because I'm gonna tell you, I know what it's like to be in a situation where you really need somebody to help you and ain't nobody out here trying to help you. When you really want somebody to give you a chance, excuse me guys for that Instagram. When you want somebody to give you a chance and they won't give you a chance. But listen, if 12 people is all I need. But I need 12 people for real, for real, for real. You might not have no money and money ain't got nothing to do with it. But I need you to have a heart. And like I said, if you in the beauty industry, if you do hair, makeup, nails, or anything like that, hit me on another thing because I got something for you. Or if you're somebody trying to get out of the beauty industry, I can still help you. But I need at least 12 people to inbox me. And I'm going to say this for the rest of the week. All I need is 12. And I'm going to do a free webinar. And I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to do for free. I'm going to do it for free and show you guys how the ones of you that are out here that don't have, that feel like you ain't got no gifts, no talents, but you would love to start your own business. Let me tell you something. Starting your own business start up here. It starts up here. And I'm going to go right on it. Clarissa, I got you though. You make sure that you inbox me. Right now, you send me a message, send me, don't forget about me. Put your telephone number on there because I'm going to give you a personal call. And that's something I don't do unless I know them or they want an appointment. I don't give them no, I don't do that. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. But I'm going to tell you something, Clarissa, and for the rest of you out here that do not do hair, that's out here, you waiting for checks, you ain't got no stimulus check. And if you did, it got sucked up in something else. Because I'm telling you, them stimulus checks came and they were gone. Them stimulus checks already spent. Unemployment is dragging their feet. I just got a letter from the Small Business Association saying that they processing my loan application for my grant, which thank you, Lord, for the grant. But they said it's processing and it's gonna go through mine in the order that it was received. I found this thing over a month ago. So it could be months before I can even see that disaster, that disaster relief fund. But I thank God that I even got the letter, because that means they definitely got an eye on my application, which is a good thing. But listen to me, let me tell you something. When you get in a space like this, when you get in a place right here and you need to make some money, you don't have no time to be worrying about what nobody's saying. You got to be consistent about the thought that one thing you got to be consistent is I need to make money, I need to generate revenue, and I need to set myself up so that I will have a way to have passive income, even when you go back to work, Clarissa, as a CNN, even when you go back to work, working at that job that laid you off, even when you go back to work as a teacher, you still need to have, thank you for your number, Clarissa. I'm gonna call you when I get off the phone, but you still need a passive income. None of y'all on here right now. Stop looking at me as a hairdresser and look at me as the businesswoman that I am. Now, none of y'all on here right now need to be working just your job and not have passive income working for you while you in your bed sleep. I prayed to God over a year ago. I said, Lord, I want to make money while I'm in my bed sleep. Show me how to make money while I'm sleeping. I didn't even know why he had me praying that, but it was just in my spirit. I said, if I can learn how to make money while I'm asleep, then things will be better for me and my children. Because see, everything that we do it for our families, whether we say it or not. Everything we do, we don't do it just for ourselves. Every time that you go clock in at that school and teach those kids, or every time that you go work that job that you laid off from, you don't do that just because you love it. You probably love doing it, but you do it because you're trying to either keep up an image for your family so that people can see that it's a way for everybody to get ahead, or you're doing it because you want to inspire your children, or you're doing it because you want to make sure that you create a good life for yourself and for the people that you love. But you have to be consistent, and you got to keep your mind stayed on the thing that you want to do. And when I get this webinar, because I believe y'all gonna find those 12 people. When I do this webinar, and for those of you that are in the beauty industry, I'm back talking to y'all again, but I'm talking to everybody. 5 reasons consistency pay off. And then I'm gonna come off here. It tells you how committed you are. It tells you that during the rain, sleet, and snow that you committed to what it is that you're trying to do. Now, I know a lot of times we get out here, we get these opportunities and we start doing stuff. A lot of y'all have started doing things, whether you're selling jewelry, whether you're selling cars, whether you whether you're doing drop shipping. I have one friend that he'll find stuff and he'll resell it to people. Whatever it is that you're doing, you have to learn to be consistent in that thing. And you can't let that thing fall off to the wayside. You can't let it fall off to the wayside because ain't nobody buying it and ain't nobody interested in it. That ain't how that works. That ain't how to work. You got to be consistent in that thing, because at the end of the day, your consistency is going to pay off. Excuse me, y'all. Your consistency is going to pay off. It's going to pay off big time. It's going to pay off more for you than it will anybody else. Number two, it refines areas that you cannot see. A lot of you that are talking to me right now, that are interested in starting some kind of business, and it don't have to do nothing with hair, makeup, nails, barb, none of that. I'm talking about y'all that are regular people working at the daycares, working at the schools, working at the mills, working at the plants, and you sitting on right here laying off, and you want passive income, and you ain't got no whole bunch of $200 and $300 to throw out there like that. You being consistently praying and asking God, give me an idea. Lord, tell me what it is I can do. This is the same prayer I want y'all to start praying. Lord, show me how I can make money while I'm asleep. This refines areas about you that you can't see. When you are consistent about something, when you do something all the time, whether people giving you, hey, go girl, woo, 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 whether they doing it or whether they looking at you like, she's still doing that. I am still doing it. You know why? Because it's refining areas about me. It's refining areas about you that you didn't even know existed. It's refining things about you. It also builds up in the background. And let me tell all of y'all that's laid off right now, every single one of y'all that's laid off, if you don't take nothing out of what I'm about to say, I want you to take this right here. Everything that you're going through right now is building something in another area of your life. It might not feel like it. You might not think it. You sitting at home trying to figure out, I got to borrow $20 so I can go buy some groceries, or I got to call somebody to call back that money that I loaned them, or maybe I need to go to the pawn shops. These pawn shops making big bank now because people taking all this stuff. But let me tell you something, baby. It ain't nothing that you're going to take to that pawn shop that you can't get back double fold. It ain't nothing that you're going to sell. It ain't nothing that you're going to, let me tell you something. You on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, you on there anyway. Why not be on there to make some money? You looking at everybody else living. You better start letting everybody look at you. I tell my kids this all the time. Stop being the person watching all this stuff and be the person doing all this stuff. Stop being the person that's sitting here swipe, swipe, swiping, and you be the person that people are looking for and looking at. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you begin to put yourself in that space, you'll begin to build areas up in your life that you don't even know need to be built. Everything that we dealing with right now, COVID is a bad thing. There's a lot of people done died. It's terrible the way it is. But for those of us that still left on this side of the dirt, it's working something out in you and it's building something strong in you. So you got to be consistent. You don't even know. Don't be fooled by what you see, Clarissa. Don't be fooled by what you see, Angela, Alice, LaShonda, Takaya, LaTanya, Renee. Don't y'all be fooled, Marvin, Whitney. Don't y'all be fooled by the stuff that you see. Know this. Know this right here. If you don't know nothing else, what you're dealing with right now is making you stronger in another area. That's what consistency do. I learned that. I've been in this business, the beauty industry, for 30 years. This year is my 25th year as a salon owner. And consistently, I have not ever had a year that I was not doing hair. Even though people in my home, and this is crazy, I had people in my hometown didn't even know I was still doing hair because they didn't see me out in the streets because I live in another city. That when I moved into a different location, so we glad to have you back. I said, where have I been? I've been here working the whole time. Just because I work here in somewhere else don't mean nothing. But the consistency of me staying in that one place for all these years have paid off for me 100%. Number 4, consistency shows you where you need to improve yourself because you need to be analyzing what you got going on every day. Make sure y'all follow me on YouTube and y'all can get the full, y'all will be able to get the full play of this one right here. But let me tell you something. Being consistent shows you where you need to improve your life. Most of y'all have been consistent on these jobs for at least 5 to 6 years. Some of y'all been on these jobs for 15, 17, 20 years that you got laid off or furloughed from. You have been consistently at that job. But that consistency that you showed to that job showed you how they consistently don't mind laying you off either. Two things they're going to do. They're going to keep them doors open for themselves, and they're going to make sure their books stay open, even if they have to let you go in the process of doing it. They're going to make sure their doors stay open, and they're going to make sure their books stay good, even if they have to lay you off doing it. This is why it pays for you to begin to analyze your life right now and say, what can I do to change this plan, to improve my process, and see what my future projections can be for me and my family. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. My friend got furloughed from Delta. laid him off, told him to go file for unemployment. Delta's still taking flights, but he ain't working. These people don't worry about you like that. I love the fact that people are committed to jobs. I believe in commitment and loyalty, but it's time for you to get committed to yourself. It's time for you to get committed for the things that you want to do. It's time for you to be loyal to yourself, because at the end of the day, you are all you got. Last but not least, if given a chance, if your ideal is given a chance, if you give yourself a chance to believe that you can do something more than that job that you got laid off from, if you can give yourself a chance to believe that you really can have your own business. I used to tell my mama this all the time, guys. Listen to this. Hey, Kathy and Dakima, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. My mama said, she said, girl, everybody need their own business. Everybody needs something that they can make some extra money from. And I used to tell my mama, I said, Mama, I said, that don't make sense for everybody to have their own business. Now, me with my little small mind, thinking that I know more than Rita Green, I don't know what I was thinking about. I said, Mama, why would everybody have their own business? If everybody had their own business, who would be the people buying from the people? She just used to look at me. She said, you don't know no better. She said, you'll learn one day. I said, no. I said, everybody ain't built for business. This is not for everybody. Everybody shouldn't have their own business, but I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know what I was talking about. And it wasn't until I started to see how people were suffering that had stayed in a space where the job that they worked was the only way that they could bring income in. When they got laid off, when they got sick, when they got too old, when they found somebody else better, when they decided they need to cut back and trim the hedges, when them people decide that they want to save their company, how do they save their company? They got to reduce their overhead. They got to reduce their workforce, because payroll, listen, payroll is always the most expensive expense that any business has. Every business that exists, the payroll is the most expensive liability that they have, period. Because that payroll is what keep that business going. So they have to pay that payroll. So the first thing that they normally gonna attack when they got the downsides, when they trying to save that company, when they losing money, where you think they're gonna go? They're gonna go to the highest bill possible, which is that payroll. They're gonna pluck off they're gonna start trimming the edges. They're gonna start trimming the edges, and you'll find people in the core having to do double duty. I know people that's managers who ain't worked the front desk, did no books, swept, clean, ain't did that stuff since they got hired, but they having to do more than one thing. And for anybody on here that's a manager, say amen, because you know I'm telling the truth. They got managers doing jobs for people that they done cut off because they trying to reduce their workforce. So you need to keep that in your head. Every business, every single business that you know, the most expensive thing that they have to pay money out to is their payroll. And the moment that they have to cut back, they go into that payroll first. They're not going to leave that building first. Don't even think they is. They're not going to leave that building. They're not going to cut back on their quality. They're not going to cut back on anything. They're not going to cut back on the management team. What they're going to cut back on is that payroll. And if you're on the edge of that payroll, you're going to get cut. And unfortunately, a lot of people that got cut because of COVID. Is nothing that these companies can do. It wasn't nobody's fault. It really just pulled the rug from up on all of us. But look how many people are unemployed right now. And that unemployment rate is steady going up. Guys, I read last night, I'm always reading. Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Belks, all your big companies, they are filing bankruptcy. They're filing bankruptcy. They're not worried about, what, baby? You need a pen? Yeah. They're not worried about they're not worried about right now bringing you back on their job. These big corporations are filing bankruptcy before the end of the summer. All these big stores that's out here in the mall, because they was talking about how many of these big stores are getting ready to close down their locations. I think Macy's is the one that's closing down a lot of different locations. Neiman Marcus was on the list. They had a lot of the high-end stores that people shop in. Saks Fifth Avenue, a lot of them, they filing bankruptcy. So do you think they're worried about trying to make sure you get your job back? And some of these nursing homes, these nursing home group homes, they're owned by mom and pop businesses. And these mom and pop businesses are doing the best they can to hold on to their staff. But they having to cut back on staff too. Because when I tell you that revenue, thank you. You need a sweet card? Here, you can have this one. I'm gonna give you my good pen. They let you know I love you. Go ahead. I got two of them. No, all of them are good pens. Stop being. extra. Anyway, but I'm telling these mom and pop businesses like mine, how long can we hold out making sure that our people are good? I got I got four people that right now they part-time anyway, and I still got them doing a little bit of work so I can keep them some money in their pocket, but I can't keep them up the way I was. I'm dependent on this money too. But thank God I had irons in the fire. So what I said again, I'm gonna reiterate myself. If 12 of y'all, if it's 12, I'll do a free webinar. You have to hit me in my inbox today. Today, I'm gonna give y'all to the end of this week to get 12 people that want me to help you figure out what you can do to make some money. If you're a CNA, you work at you're not in the beauty industry, you don't have no beauty industry background. You could have been in the beauty industry, but basically you work a whole nother job. If you're in the beauty industry and you need the same kind of help, you need to hit me up and let me know, because you should have been in one of my classes that I got going on every Monday night. But for those of you who are like Clarissa, CNAs, work at different jobs and got furloughed, laid off, you ain't got no unemployment, your stimulus ain't coming, you ready to learn how to make money while you sleep. I'm not inviting you to a webinar that's going to charge you any money. I'm not charging for the webinar, and I'm not going to invite you to that webinar to sell you something. Oh, well, if you buy this package today for $990, and no, it ain't none of that. This is 100% of a sister helping some people that they love. Y'all support me every single day. Y'all get on here. Y'all share my posts. Y'all tell me how much y'all enjoy me coming on doing the morning Mojo show. And that's what it's all about. Mojo is about motivation, optimism, joy, and a little bit of advice. Every single day that I come on, that's what it's all about. So 12 people is all I need to host this class. I'm going to leave it up to y'all to go find 12 people, to ask 12 people. Y'all know some people that's laid off. Girl, come on over here. She gonna do something free. She gonna show us how to start a business where we can make some income. I'm definitely finna call Clarissa, and y'all thank Clarissa Gilchrist over here on Instagram, because if it had not been for her getting on here, she's so faithful and loyal to come into my Instagram channel and watching me and liking my posts. If it had not been for her, I would not be doing this webinar. But y'all need to start asking for something, because you don't receive because you don't ask. You got to listen. If y'all want some help, you got to ask. Hey, Kathy, Angela, this is so true. Payroll will make or break a company. Exactly. I've had to do more myself as an owner, right? See, you get what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now, for those of you that are not in the beauty industry, I'm not talking about people that are hairdressers, makeup artists. I'm available to consult starting business with you. Just let me. Thank you so much. See, look how much. See, I already got somebody to jump on board with me. But listen, 12 people is all I need. I need to know that y'all are serious and that y'all need help. And I'm gonna get this clarion call for the rest of the week. I'm gonna put out there for the rest of the week. I'm gonna do this free webinar and I'm gonna get in there, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you come into this webinar, do not come into this webinar with the idea that I'm gonna give you a piece of candy to eat, because I'm not gonna give you no fish sandwich. I'm gonna teach you how to fish. So that means you need to come in with your pen, paper, recording devices, ready to learn how to do something to help yourself, because God helps the child, it helps them up their own. Listen, I love you guys. Angela, thank you so much for joining. I will reach out to you as soon as I see how many people are going to try to come on and let you know what the deal is. I appreciate you. I love whenever we come together, because this is what God give us our gifts for. But I'm getting ready to call you Clarissa in about 10 minutes. So my name is Misha Lee, and I am a businesswoman ready to help any of you out here that are trying or have tried to start your own business, didn't have success in it. Now, if you're a licensed cosmetologist, esthetician, manicurist, barber, nail technician, or makeup artist, you hit me up as well. But make sure you identify yourself as a licensed beauty professional, because I have another offer for you. This particular offer is for people who are interested in starting their own business, need some direction, you need some guidance, you need me to help you understand, you need me to help you even find out what you might be good at. Because guess what? One of the things that really held me up for a really long time is I did hair. My friend, my close friend, Ashanta Shankle, she said to me one day, I was at her house because I do house calls for people that call me. And I was doing her hair, and she said, why do you feel like doing hair is the only thing that you can do? I said, well, it's not, but it's what I love to do. She said, but you can do more. And from that day, that stuck in my head. It stuck in my head. I can do more. And I was like, more like what? I had to go back and realize, girl, your cosmetology license allow you to do it in everything I was teaching, But then I had to take it to another level. And then God began to open up those doors for me. He began to open up those doors for me. He began to put books in my space that helped me read. See, Clarissa, while y'all sitting at home, let me tell you something. This layoff is not to break you, baby. It's to make you. This furlough is not to break you. It's to make you. This lack of work is not to make you feel like you in need. It's make you to show. It's to show you what your abilities are. This is the time that you're supposed to shine. All this right here, let me tell you something. The pressure that been put on you, baby. God took the pressure and put it on you. Now is the time. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say that y'all heard it here first. That was my time. I got to get off. Listen, y'all can say that y'all heard it here first. This right here happened so some of y'all could be forced to go into business for yourself. I know that you don't like the sound of it, but it is what it is. This right here happened so that some of y'all can wake up and realize, okay, God, you did put that in my heart when I was a little girl, but I'm so old. All them young people, let me tell you something. Baby, age don't do nothing, make you more seasoned. Can't nobody tell this 52-year-old woman nothing. My kids love it. My kids say I set them on fire. Honey, your age ain't got nothing to do with it. Who you know and who you don't know ain't got nothing to do with it. What you got and what you ain't got nothing to do with it. There's people out here who making money, ain't got no money, they broke. Yes, a lot of people out here front, but see, we ain't from Frontville. We from the real space where we want people to see what we got going on. So if you're interested, y'all inbox me. For everyone that's interested, I'm finna get off of here because y'all done got me hyped, excited. I done got turned up. Anytime I think I'm finna help somebody, and y'all can ask anybody that's online right now that's any of my class students, they know I come into the classroom, I be hyped. And I'm not hyped because I'm showing them fake. I'm hyped because I'm finally getting a chance to help somebody the way I didn't get help. I don't think y'all understand what that means to people like me. When you done been through a struggle, when you done been beat down, when everybody done had no confidence in you, I done had people look me in my face and say, oh, you still doing hair? Is that what you still doing? Yeah, sure am. I'm still in the beauty industry. But they don't see what I see. They don't see what God doing. Shout out a whole Sunday. Let me tell you something. Baby, just because you at the back of the line don't mean you last. I'm finna get off here. I'm not gonna mess with y'all all day long. But just because you at the back of the line don't mean you last. Just because your pocket empty right now don't mean that you ain't gonna get. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you at the back of the line, guess what happens? If the person that's giving out the goods go to the back of the line and tell everybody to turn around, honey, that puts you first. That puts you first. And God is the type of guy, he like to do that kind of stuff. He don't care nothing about who you are. God gonna serve the front end and the front end. See, to him, it ain't no back end. He'll go from this front end to this front end. So stop feeling like because ain't nobody thought about you, ain't nobody called to check on you, ain't nobody done bought you no toilet tissue, ain't nobody done bought you a case of water. You too prideful to go up there and ask for food stamps. You don't feel like going down to the food bank because you don't want to see nobody down there begging. Let me tell you something. Baby, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. And the moment, let me tell you something. The moment that you get to, listen to me. Stop crying. Listen. The moment that you get to the place that you could care less what anybody say about you, the moment that you get to the place that you don't worry about what not, and when I say nobody, I mean nobody think about you going down here to the food bank, going over here to food stamps, going over here to get what you need. The moment that you can break that off yourself is the moment you truly can rise up. It's the moment you truly can rise up, because what you don't know, as long as you let pride put its foot on the back of your neck, that's where you're going to stay. I had to humble myself down many days, even to this day. But like never before, God came through and showed out. So I'm telling you that right now. So I'm done. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and I will be on a little bit earlier tomorrow, but I'll be on tomorrow to share with you some optimism. If you are not, listen to me, if you are not in the beauty industry, you've been laid off, you ain't got your checks, or you just ready to start something new, you're ready to figure out if you got a business in you. Hey, I believe everybody got a business in them, like my mama said. You might not even know that you got it in you, but if you're just willing to just try to find out, inbox me right now, and all I'm looking for is for 12 people. That's it. If 12 people tell me that they want help trying to figure out how to start their business, how to get a passive income, this class ain't gonna cost you a dime. And while you in there, if you want to buy something from me, that's on you. But it ain't no pressure sales. This ain't me trying to sell you no whole package and bundle. It ain't none of that. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna offer things, because I have things there for you to offer, but I'm gonna give out a whole bunch of free stuff because I want to see you to at least start. Sometimes you just need somebody to give you sometimes you just need somebody to take your hand and lift you up and get you on your feet. That's all you need. And that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna give you a hand. So if you're interested in attending this free webinar that I'm gonna set up after 12 people to hit me up, whether on Instagram or Facebook, and saying, Misha, I'm in, I need help, I want to learn, I want to be a part of this free webinar. When I get 12 people, I'm gonna set the date up, I'm gonna put the post out there, and y'all will be able to come in for free, and we're gonna go for it. By the end of that session, each one of y'all will be able to leave that session with an idea of something that you can do and how you need to start and where you need to go to get started. You'll be surprised. Just your personal story is a blessing to somebody. Just what you done been through in your life can make you money. You just don't know. Y'all play too much. You hide your gift. You play too much. And if you're in the beauty industry, hair, makeup, nails, barber, esthetician, if you're in the beauty industry or have anything with the beauty industry, this is not your thing. You hit me up and you tell me, hey, Mish, you know I'm in the beauty industry. I got something totally different for you. Clarissa Gilchrist, y'all need to go to Instagram if you're not on Instagram and follow her and tell her thank you. Because it had not been for her popping up here, I wouldn't be offering this course. Listen, guys, I love you. My name is Misha Lee. Make sure you please share this post. And if you bold enough and you bad enough, take this same post and start a watch party, because I know you know how to do it, because I see you do it with them DJs all the time. Start a watch party with this, and make sure you go to YouTube under The Misha Lee. Find me on YouTube and follow me and look at everything that I put up, because I put a lot of information up on YouTube that I don't post on Facebook, because y'all know Facebook is kind of iffy when it comes to certain things. So make sure y'all do that. I am so excited. I already got information written down, but y'all finna make me go hard, because I really believe that I'm going to get 12 people who are interested. And me and those 12 people, we're going to go in. And when they come out, we're going to talk about it. And y'all, it's time out. We ain't finna wait for the government no more. Listen, thank you for your checks when they get here. But guess what? My Father that sit on the throne on high told me that I can have anything that I want. And guess what I believe? I believe him. I believe him. I'm going to have it. I love you guys. I will see you later. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.